Hey, so I'm so excited to have you guys back. In this video, I have an actual special video that we're going to be talking about today, which is Snapchat ads. Okay, so for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Jabari Taylor. I am a Facebook and Instagram advertiser and digital marketing coach. All right, so in today's video, I want to go over Snapchat ads. I had a request from my last videos on basically just how to do them. They're pretty easy to do. I'm going to walk you guys through step by step, just to make sure that you guys understand exactly how to do this. It's pretty easy. But for when you first start off, you may not know exactly how to do it. So I just want to make sure that you guys get as much value as this as possible and can start running Snapchat ads to grow your business. Snapchat ads are so much cheaper than other ad platforms, mainly because there's not as much advertisers on the platform, so there's not as much competition. And like it's a great platform to use. Like I use them personally. So I definitely recommend that you guys actually go out and make some Snapchat ads for yourself. With that being said, let's get started. Before we start, actually, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, let's start. Okay, perfect. So, I just wanted to show you guys exactly from start to finish how to create the Snapchat ads. They're actually relatively easy. Just some things to know before we start. Again, like we're gonna start right now. Get to it. But Snapchat ads, even though they're very easy to make, the approval process normally takes longer than Facebook or Google. And their approvals are a little bit stricter depending on the country that you're advertising in. Do not get discouraged if you get disapproved. I got disapproved the first couple times. I highly recommend that you keep moving forward and keep trying different ads. Honestly, if you start off, I would start off with like a couple different ads, maybe 3 to 5, um, with maybe different landing pages, and just see which ones Snapchat's approve, and if they disapprove it, why they disapproved it, and then just trying to get around that. If you guys do need help, just a quick tip from Snapchat, you just go down here to this little button right here, and you click basically for help. It will show up with a chat function to actually talk to a Snapchat rep, to kind of speed up the process of getting your ads approved, and they'll redirect you to the right people if they're not the right people, which apparently that's a thing. But yeah, anyway, let's get started. So in order to create a Snapchat ad, it's pretty simple. You're going to, once you're actually in the ads manager at ads.snapchat.com, you're going to press create campaign. You have two choices. Your two choices are either instant create or advanced create. Instant create is basically basic. It doesn't have every single thing that you would probably want. I recommend doing advanced create. It's still simple, but it allows you some more, sorry, it allows you some more options when actually creating the campaign. And I prefer those other options as well. So let's do advanced create. So it's going to take you to your options of building a campaign. Okay, so first you have to choose your objective, and that you have awareness, app installs, drive traffic to website, drive traffic to apps, engagement, video views, lead gen, website conversion, and catalog sales. As you notice, a lot of these, like honestly, even the way this is set up looks very similar to Facebook, right guys? Okay, so the reason why that is because I mean it's it's to make it so that people that are coming from Facebook have an easy time setting up the ads. Okay, I'm trying. Sorry that this is like blocking. It's not. Let me refresh and see if that gets rid of it. Let's reload. But yeah, so you're going to choose your objective first. I suggest if you're doing, so let me actually explain each, like a couple of them, not all of them. I'm going to explain a couple of them so that you guys can understand the process in actually selecting the correct one for you. Normally, you're probably going to, if you're going for something, to be done on your website, you're going to do website conversion. Website conversion is basically to have them take an action on your website. And then the other one's probably most commonly used is app installs. App installs is also very commonly used just for if you have an app and you want someone to download your app, this is one you would use. Both of these have codes that you would implement either on your website, on your app. They're two separate codes. This would be the Snapchat Pixel, and then this is going to be the I believe it's SDK code. I think it's the same name. But yeah, so I'm gonna go with website conversion right now. We're just gonna leave this title website conversion. Status, we're gonna leave it as active. Create split test. I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm not gonna do a split test. You can then you can run multiple different ad sets at the same time. If you want it to start immediately, I can have it instead of starting today. I can have it start tomorrow. And if you want to run it indefinitely, I can have it end in a couple days, right? Daily spend cap. Now understand, this is a cap and not the budget, okay? This is a daily spend cap, okay? So if you have multiple ad sets, it's not like a CBO campaign, Facebook ads. If you have multiple ad sets, and let's say each one of them is running at $10 a day, right? And you have 5 of them running at $10 a day, but you have your spend cap for the campaign at $40 a day, then they're not going to spend all $10 each one of them. They're probably each going to, if it's $50, $2 each, they're probably each only going to spend about $8. Lifetime spend cap is different. So lifetime spend cap is just for the lifetime of the campaign, however long that is. You do not want it to run past that. These two concepts are pretty simple. It's a cap on the amount that's going to be spent. I don't, normally recommend this unless you are, like, I just let it run because I know the budgets I'm working with, and I make sure that they're, set to the right daily budgets. Okay, so next we're going to go to the ad set level. What's great about this, and one of the reasons actually why I didn't do the ad set split test, is because you can actually just create a new ad set here. I'll show you that in a second, where you can actually, make more than one ad set immediately. It's something that you can't necessarily do in Facebook ads, and that's like, this is actually one of the benefits of this, is like it's a little bit faster for you. Okay, so you have, the name, and they set up already for you, a couple of them. Website just means that, it's the website conversion. Pixel, the pixel is attached. You guys can make sure that you've created the pixel and installed it. There is no kind of ID, like they do have the pixel ID, but it's not the same as Facebook or Google, where you'll just copy and paste 8 to 16 digits and paste it into a section. You'll have to copy the actual code, and once you copy the code, then that's pretty much it. So you have, for example, story ad. Story ad is in the story section, where you'll see the different actual stories, and then your ad will be in like that little corner. You have the single image or video ad. This is in between different stories, right? So you go 1 story, 2 story ad, 3 story, 4 story ad, etc. And then collection ad, which is similar to the video and image. It just allows you to have a collection at the bottom of the ad for them to select through one time. So that's actually a pretty cool feature, right? Automatic placements, you can set that, just leave that for the beginning if you want. Once you start figuring out, okay, like which one's working best, you can have between content, within content. So this is, pretty much between stories, right? Within content, this is like, technically, when they say within, they are talking more about the full-fledged stories that are from beginning to end, where it's like a news story, and they are taking up 6 different snaps, for example. You'll be in between those 6 different snaps. This is like between content. This would be between one person's story, the next person's story, or a Wall Street Journal, and um, let's see, like for example, Wall Street Journal and BuzzFeed. Like it'll be in between those two. So that's the difference between those. And then if you only want user stories, so only in between actual users and not like, Wall Street and BuzzFeed, it'll be like between two of your friends or et cetera, et cetera. Right? Okay, so select a category. Okay? So you can either include or exclude, similar to the way Facebook works. And you have a whole bunch of different categories. You do not have as many as you would on Facebook, but you still have a decent amount. These are all the categories you can choose. There are other options as well, where, and we'll get to that in a second. But this is just, where you kind of want your ads to be placed. If you want your ads to be placed within beauty and fashion niches, so be in there, in news, gaming, sports, etc., like all of that, right? Um, let's move forward. Location, pretty basic, right? If you want to choose a country, you can choose a country. You want to choose a region. You want to do New York, right? You can do New York State. You can do New York Metro, which is the city. Metro is just standing for city. And then you have the demographics, right? Age range. This actually, what's interesting is they change this. It actually used to be before like 13 to 35, but Snapchat has actually expanded their audience, whether people believe that or not. So yes. So then you also have your gender, all male, female, language. You have multiple different languages. This is actually a requirement, unlike on Facebook. So you have to do English. English, right? And you'll see the estimate start to change. Advanced categories. Now this one's actually very, very interesting, right? Okay, so this is actually going to, it's kind of similar to Facebook interests, where, so, like, and the reason why this isn't, like, similar, like, this isn't similar to Facebook interests, and this is, like, they have different things, okay? So, for example, I don't think this is on here, but, yeah, let's just scroll through them, right? So you have these different interests, where Snapchat is pulling data from kind of like a third party, and this is based on like, these are like, so I actually like this a lot better than the way like Facebook does it. So this is actual like data about a person, right? So instead of it being something that they're interested in, right, this is something that they actually are, right? They have a household income of 100,000 to 250,000. They are a mom with a grade schooler, a mom with a high schooler, a mom with a preschooler. Like these are things that they actually are. Things that there actually are, and you can see kind of where they're getting the data from. Experian is one of them. So these are things that are actually happening to these people, which is kind of cool to use, when you are thinking about that. So that's the reason why they have it set up that way, because Snapchat has that unique feature where this. So I'm gonna explain the difference, right? This is the category, right? Where you want your ads to be placed. Do you want your ads to be placed on, in between the Food Network and Tasty Made, or do you want it to be placed on, like, for example, in between like the ESPN stories, right? So you have all of those different things, and you want to make sure that that's being placed in between those. But at the same time, you can select, their actual demographics. Like, okay, I want a mom that's interested in, let's say I want a mom that's interested in food, right? Then I'm gonna go to catalog, food, and then mom that is, let's say, mom that has a high schooler, right? Okay, perfect. So now we're going to do predefined audience. Again, there's three different levels to this. It's actually really, really great. You just don't have to do all of them. Honestly, you'll see like the target audience gets smaller and smaller. That's the reason why I normally don't do all of them. I normally choose one of them. But you have your predefined audiences, right? So this is more like Facebook interests, right? So you'll see people that oops, people sorry, it's this is actually one annoying part. It's Snapchat's really annoying like that. Sometimes you'll click it and like it will take you out of it. Um, so you'll have people that are adventure seekers, you know, arts, beauty mavens, um, do-it-yourselfers. Like these are things that people are actually interested in. I do think that they should change the name of this instead of saying predefined audience. They should actually change this to interest because this is like what they're actually interested in, right? You can narrow down the foodies from the actual food that they're interested in. You know, burger lovers, coffee lovers, pizza lovers, like they have all these different things. But yeah, see, now when you get down to this, I need you to drink consumers. Zero. Target audience, zero, right? Let's say cooking enthusiasts. That one's probably, yeah, that makes sense, right? 5,000. Only went from 6,000 to 5,000. So let's leave that, okay? Um, and you'll see, okay, so lifestyle, foodie, cooking enthusiasts, and then you have your custom audiences, which is very similar, which is either people that have viewed your ad, visit your website, or you have your lookalike audiences where you have, you know, people that are similar to people that viewed your audience, you know, in Australia. Um, you have, you know, your custom audiences for people that have just viewed your page, etc. So that's like kind of cool right there, right? Um, Operating system, again, I wouldn't really do this, but you have Android, iOS, the make device, Apple, AT&T, you have all of this. All right, I'm kind of gonna skip over this stuff because it's not that important. You want them cellular, Wi-Fi. I just recommend leaving all of this blank. You don't really need to update that. Now status, right, and the budget. Okay, so status active budget. The minimum budget that you need is $10. Okay, actually no, sorry, I think it's $5. Let me say. Let me check. I believe it's $5. I don't think you can go any lower than that. Let's see. Yeah. So minimum budget is $5 per ad set. Um, the only issue is, and I'm gonna show you right now. So this is daily budget, right? You can set it's a lifetime budget. You have the same thing. Immediately starts, run indefinitely, right? The issue that I had with Snapchat ads in the beginning, which I didn't understand, like why this was, but I kind of do understand why they do this. So the goal is basically the conversion optimization, right? So you have the goal of actually, you know, whatever the option is, whether it's to, here, I'll show you. So you have the goal of swipe up, pixel sign up, and then page view, right? When you first start, you're only going to have swipe up and page view. And then it is up to the users to take those actions. Whereas in Facebook, you normally just start off with your standard events and you can choose them. As you can see, these aren't, you know, available to me. I can't choose them. It's because I don't have enough. I do not have enough people that have taken action on these events for me to get a sign up. Does that make sense? Like, or sorry, a purchase or an ads cart. You need to get 50 in a 7-day period. That's what I was told by my Snap rep. You need to get 50 in a 7-day period in order to actually use it. So I've had 50 signups in the last 7 days. That's why I can continue using the sign up feature. But before you have access to any of these custom ones, you're going to have to use PageView. I know it's annoying. Here's my recommendation of how to get around that. Do not advertise in the highest cost countries. So do not advertise in the US, don't advertise in, like, you know, Canada, like places like that. Advertise in lower cost countries. And when you advertise in lower cost countries, then you'll have the option, you know, you'll get costs at a lot cheaper. So you'll be able to spend $5 and, you know, reach your goal faster. Whereas if you spend $5, you probably won't get any results, period. So that's kind of one of the great things about that. use that to your advantage. Keep it very broad. That's what I recommend in the beginning. And use different countries. Right? You have auto bid, target bid, max bid. If you do swipe up, the only option you have these three options, right? But if you do something custom like pixel sign up, you'll see that it changes. Bam, right? Okay, so now you have the option of max bid or target bid. Okay, think of target bid as your average bid, right? Your average bid, if you set a target bid of $5, it will do one bid at $2.50, and then another bid at $7.50, keeping your average bid at $5. Max bid says that basically all of your bids are never going to go above that amount. So they're never going to go above $5. Meaning that if I'm bidding against someone for someone that is most likely about to make a purchase or sign up or something, it's never going to go above that, so I'm never going to beat them. My recommended that I use target bid. I am going to try them both out. I honestly think that max bid might be a little bit better. But again, I do see why target cost would work a little bit better. The reason why is that if my target is $5, it doesn't mean that it's going to max out at $5. It can spend higher than that. So I do like that. That does make sense to me. Most people don't use these. It's just third-party tracking tools. So we can ignore that. Move on to the next thing. Oh, really quickly. So yes, again, this is gonna be your your estimated target for the demographics that you set in place. And if we want to do a new ad set, we can create a new ad set, and it would use both of them at the same time. And then you'll see it's not in New York anymore. The language and demographics aren't here. It's really cool. You can actually do both those right then and there, and then you can, once we go to the ad section, you can put the ads in at the same time. It's honestly beautiful. It's great. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm not going to do both. Let's just remove this. Oh, sorry. Actually, yeah. One more thing. If you are, let's see, new ad set, right? If I wanted to do a select save audience, I can take one of the this is if you're doing it, sorry, if you are doing it from another campaign when you've already created something, you can just basically duplicate an already saved audience and do it that way. Or sorry, this is also for if you want to save an audience, like in Facebook ads where you have all of these things already preset and you're like, okay, this is one of my saved audiences, I'm gonna use this a lot. But for the most part, once you get to that lookalike range, you'll be great. You'll be all set. And the only issue, one of the issues with Snapchat ads, and this is actually pretty important, is that in terms of your pixel, you need 1,000 people to fire an event to actually create a lookalike or custom audience or any of that nature. The good thing is that Snapchat is 10 times cheaper than Facebook ads, so that's honestly beautiful. It's amazing. Okay, so next we have the ad. So if you already have creatives list here, you can do that. You can do creatives that are already there. I have the ones that are already approved. These weren't approved, so they don't have badges next to them. And then you have other ones that are approved and ones that aren't approved. You'll see the ones that are approved, they have badges next to them. So we'll just start off with name, tests, right? Brand name. So actually, let me explain how this is going to work, right? So I wonder if I just put this in, if it will save all of that stuff. Let's see. Yeah. So the great thing about this is, so you'll see brand name is this name up here, and then the headline is this name right here. Okay, so you can see that, and then you would make it shareable, yes, no, I would, leave the shareable. This way other people can sign up for whatever it is that you're having sign up. Autofill is a cool feature. It's actually pretty much only available for lead generation campaigns. But that's completely fine, right? You can use autofill. It will fill out any information that they need automatically. So that's, pretty amazing. Like first name, last name, email, any information that Snapchat has on them. And then preload is that, this will just load the site a little bit faster for them, so you can, enable that too as well. So that's actually pretty much it for the creatives. Like, you just have to upload your video. Actually, sorry, let me go through a blank one just to show you. So you have the name. This isn't actually going to show in the ad. The brand name is going to show in the ad. The headline is going to show in the ad. And then you can either, top snaps, you can browse, media that they have available, or you can upload or create, right? These are all the things I've uploaded to Snapchat. You can upload from your computer, right? And yeah, and then you have your call to actions, right? So whether it's sign up, view, watch, show time, like all of that stuff, right? And then you have your website. The website is whatever website you want to use. Just make sure that everything on your website is up to Snapchat's policy. Some of the things, when I had to put a disclaimer on my website, just because that allowed for my ads to go through. So if you have an issue with running your ads and it says something on the website isn't fair use or something like that, then just put a disclaimer on your website, and that should pretty much allow for your ads to actually go through. Okay, status active. This is the ad set that's going to run in, and then these impression tags, like I don't use these. Swipe up tags, yeah, these are just other stuff that's not fully necessary. It's just stuff for tracking. Okay, let's delete this one. Okay, and then you can create another one, right? Multiple ads in the same ad set or in the multiple ad sets that you're using. And then let's move on. After you're done with that, you're pretty much set. Okay, you can just review your campaign and publish. Okay, so review, bam, bam, this all looks good. No cap on the spends, right? Ad set level, right? My target audience, I can click into here and actually see that. And then the Snap Pixels attached and active, right? These are all the demographics that I'm focusing on. The status is active. Daily budget is good. It's running from now and then forever. And then if you want to, once you get to the ad set level, you can turn it off once, those ads have completed their target. But that's pretty much it, okay? Once you're finished, you're going to press publish, and then you are all good. All right? All right, guys. I am glad that you enjoyed that video on how to create Snapchat ads. If you guys want to see more videos like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you get notified every single time a video like this is made. And don't forget to hit the like button so that more and more people see this video, as, hitting the like button actually boosts it up in the algorithm. And I can't wait to see you guys next time. I hope you guys really enjoyed. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time.